Dr. Maya Chen thought she had already seen every kind of strange that space could throw. At a frontier medic then, the medbay door hissed open during the quiet watch, and the impossible walked in. The alien was nearly 8 feet tall. Her skin shimmered like blue-green crystal, but the light inside her flickered as if it was running out a crown-like ridge rose. Along her skull, one arm hung useless, the other clutched a bundle to her chest, a cub small, wrapped and torn. Fabric breathing too fast. Help. The alien whispered an accented standard please. Maya moved on instinct. She guided the stranger to the examination table and eased the cub onto a warming cradle. The cub made a thin, frightened sound, then went still. My AS scanner swept the larger. Patient deep lacerations crossed the torso. The edges glowed with a red, unstable sheen like plasma that refused to cool. The energy was still active, chewing at living tissue. One wrong cut could make it surge. A surge could become an explosion. Zephyrians were rare out here, but their physiology was documented. What Maya did not know, what nobody in the outer lanes suspected, was that this wounded mother was Empress Lyrae of the Zephyrian Dominion, ruler of 17 star systems, and the warrior who commanded the most feared fleet in known space. Maya only saw blood pain and a child. Her badge said medical, not diplomacy, but she recognized pain in any language, and she recognized fear in small lungs. To what happened? Maya asked, keeping her tone steady. Pirates. The alien's eyes hardened, then blurred with exhaustion. Traitors, she breathed. They wanted the cub. Maya glanced at the cub again. A spiral burn marked its side, clean and deliberate. Someone had aimed to disable, not kill. Maya sealed the sterile field. I am going to treat you both, she said. Stay with me. She cleaned the first wound, and the red shimmer crawled toward her instruments. Searching for a path, the scanner chirped a warning. The charge was feeding back through the damaged tissue, self-sustaining. The monitor spiked a sharp tone, filled the bay, and the red sheen brightened, as if the weapon had noticed it was being challenged. Maya felt heat rise through her gloves. The sterile field trembled under the surge outside. The bulkhead, the ship's hull, pinged from distant maneuvering. Someone on the bridge was running hard. Ma did not look up. She grabbed an insulating clamp, pinched the edge of the wound to break continuity, and flooded the channel with neutral. Gel the glow hesitated, hunting for a path, then flared again. Stop, Empress Lyrae, warned her voice, suddenly carrying command. It will take your hand, Maya. I tightened the clamp anyway. Then it takes my hand, she said, and set the mesh precisely where the charge wanted to go, but not the cub. Empress Lyrae's eyes narrowed. She had seen soldiers hesitate. The human did not. The red shimmer bent toward the lattice, and the alarm tone dropped to a steady pulse. Most people would step back. Maya leaned closer. Empress Lyrae watched, her disbelief sharpening into focus. You are not afraid, she said. I am busy. Maha replied. Hold still. Maha laid a thin conductive mesh beside the wound and anchored it to the table's grounding strip. Then she pressed a controlled cold sink against the mesh. The red energy shifted, attracted to the easier exit. It bled into the lattice in a slow stream. The glow faded from flesh. The danger dropped. Empress Lyrae sucked in a breath. That technique is restricted, she whispered. Only Dominion military surgeons. I did not learn it from them. Maya said, energy always chooses the simplest route. I just gave it one. The cub stirred a weak whine. Maya turned, softening her hands. The cub's spiral burn carried a smaller echo of the same red charge. Maya scaled the mesh, used a gentler sink, and waited. The glow drained away. The cub's breathing slowed. Its paw lifted and touched Maya's glove, then fell back as it drifted into sleep. A mother's shoulders loosened. Without permission, you have done this before, Empress Lyrae said. Not this species. Ma admitted, but I have worked worse conditions, she spoke, as she stitched partly for focus. I was on the relief ship Lantern Sky when a station split during an evacuation. We lost power and gravity. We kept triage going anyway. Empress Lyrae knew that incident. The Dominion had called it a human failure, and yet this human had stayed. Maya neutralized the last active flare and sealed it with synthetic tissue designed for mineral-based skin. She checked Empress Lyrae's vitals rising stable. She checked the cub sleeping stable there. Maya said, her voice rough with fatigue. The charge is gone. You will heal both of you, Empress. Lyrae flexed her fingers. How did you know what to do? She asked. My people spend years learning to counter that weapon. Maya shrugged. I did not know. I guess tested and did not quit. Your name, Empress Lyrae? Asked Doctor. Maya Chen, Maya said, and yours, Empress Lyrai hesitated. If she spoke the truth, this room would fill with guards and treaties, but Maya's gaze held no hunger for status, only concern. Lyrai, she said at last. Maya nodded, as if it was ordinary. All right. Lyra. I know, walking around, rest a faint laugh. Escaped Lyrai, you give orders easily. I give medical orders. Maya said people ignore them, and then I have to fix them twice when Lyra finally stood without swaying. She turned at the doorway. Why did you help? She asked. You did not know who I am. I could have been your enemy, Maya. Looked at the sleeping cub. Because you were hurt, she said. Because the cub was hurt, that is enough. Coded transmission hit the ship's receiver soon after the Starling. Vale shuddered as a larger vessel slid into escort position. The CUB channel filled with clipped Dominion security phrases. A boarding party arrived with silent boots and perfect formation. Their leader stepped into the medbay, saw Empress Lyrae, and froze. His hand went to his chest in a salute that shook. Maya's stomach dropped, not with fear, with understanding. Empress Lyrae lifted the cub into her arms, then looked back at Maya with an expression that belonged to a warrior and a mother. At once, Dr. Chen, she said, her voice steady now, your kindness will not be forgotten. The Dominion guards formed a respectful wall, and the Empress was gone. Cycles later, the feeds announced it. The Zephyrian Dominion had signed its first mutual defense charter with the Human Frontier Coalitions. Almost no one knew it began in a medbay with a conductive mesh, a cold sink, and a human who refused to flinch drive. Maya Chen never learned exactly whose life she had saved. She filed her report, restocked supplies, and returned to the next emergency, but on a distant throne. Empress Lyrae remembered the human who treated an empress like a patient, protected a cub. Like it mattered, and proved that stubborn compassion could move an empyrif. You felt that twist hit subscribe right now. Welcome to Neon Cub Tal Sifu. Want the next story faster? Smash the like button, comment one word below Empress or Cub share this video with one friend who loves HFYC story sand. If you stayed till the end, you are family hair. Thanks for watching Neon Cub Tales.